Hi, Laura.
Hi, Tom.
Hey,
Hi,
Laura.
Kat.
Hey.
I just started editing the previous episode of Siege and Storm, and it was really funny because I said hi, Tom, and hi, Kat, and neither of you said hi, Laura, back.
Oh
So good job.
no.
That's funny. I made sure to greet you first this time.
Yeah, you guys did great.
Thank you.
We are here today to read Ruin and Rising and finish the Shadow and Bone trilogy.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if your theory is going to end up correct about
Yes, Kat,
little.
sorry, we were theorizing without you before I read this book.
Okay, that's rude.
I was theorizing. I'm
That
sorry.
is kind of rude. That's true. We should have included her.
Well, Tom and I live together, so sometimes we're just
That's
chatting.
fine. Yeah, you be talking when you live with people.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, right. No, I'll tell you my theory. It was that Alina, she was kind of like going down the dark path in book two. Like I said, like I texted you, this book is like Raylo, actually. I actually looked it up. So Shadow and Bone itself came out before the Star Wars sequels started coming out. So it didn't it's not like all those novels coming out now that are just Raylo fanfic. But, it's still like a light evil trope. And what is interesting is that when the show started coming out, because there's a Netflix show, they were marketing it as Raylo. To kind
Oh
of
my gosh,
capitalize on it.
really?
Yep.
Honestly, it
I
makes
don't,
sense.
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, I was talking about my theory. My theory is that because Alina was kind of going down this dark route, she was going to get this third amplifier and become the Darkling and become evil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, besides that, really short plot summary of book two, which is Alina starts being a little dark and making some questionable decisions. You guys remember anything else about that book?
No.
Yeah, it was kind of boring, wasn't it? Nothing really happened in that book.
Nothing
What about
really
you, Kat? Do you
happened.
remember anything?
I remember her kissing a lot of people. Or was that the first one?
Oh, no, in the second one it happens too, because in the second one, she's mind flirting with the Darkling.
Yeah.
Remember? He can visit her.
Oh yeah, that is Raylo, isn't it?
Yeah, they're mind flirting.
Literally Raylo. And then she
Yeah.
was messing around with the princes.
Yes, there's
And
the second prince. His
her
name is
Molag
Nikolai.
Balls,
He's
that
important.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah, both the princes proposed to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the second book tried to do a bunch of politics, but it wasn't very interesting politics.
That's
No,
unfortunate.
Yeah.
it was like romance masquerading as politics, I think.
Yeah, it didn't do an amazing job at it. Okay.
Isn't she still into Mr. Hunter Boy? But
Yeah,
he's
that's Mr. Maul.
yeah, Maul. That's right.
Well, yeah, their relationship was struggling a little bit throughout book two because Alina was the head of the Grisha, and Maul is just some schmuck. So they're kind of starting to have this power imbalance that was affecting their relationship. Am I wrong, Catherine?
Yeah, he was. We
Was,
love high
is.
achieving women, but we need the men to not feel inferior by it and stuff.
Yeah, he definitely feels inferior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right,
it's a
and
little
then
rough.
let's see. Last thing that happens in Siege and Storm is that the Darkling takes over. So he's ruling the country now. He kills most of the Grisha, but Alina and Mal survive, but they're super injured and they need to have their redemption arc. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is. We may recall that priest guy. We hate the priest guy.
Oh, yeah,
He's
it's
the
weird.
one who kind of saved them, and they're in these tunnels. For some reason, there's a huge network of tunnels underneath this country, connected by all the churches.
Okay.
It's
W-
interesting.
Is that
Yeah.
is this the Underground Railroad or something?
Yeah, connecting all the churches.
Why do they need this?
I don't know, but they have it. I don't know. People are religious. There's a lot of themes of religious fanaticism in these novels. I mean, because Alina is a saint, and she is literally has a cult following, because everyone thinks she's a saint because she has the light magic. Yeah.
This is like the life of Brian, but if Brian actually had powers. Do you know the life of Brian?
I do not.
What
I've
about
never
you,
seen
Kat?
it. Mm-mm.
So, that's a Monty Python film,
Oh.
and it's a parody of it's a how do I describe this? It's kind of like the story of Jesus, but instead of the guy being Jesus, he's just some guy that everyone says is the Messiah,
Okay.
and it just follows him, you know. And
Yeah.
he keeps telling people, "I'm not the Messiah," but they're like, "The Messiah will deny it. It's him."
Yeah, and that is actually a little similar to how Alina is feeling because, she just has like these magic powers, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you're gonna save the world," and she's like, "Oh my God, how do I save the world?" Right?
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot to put on someone.
It's a lot to put on someone.
so it has been 2 months since the Darkling took over, and Alina is still pretty sick and weak. Mal is there. Alina has white hair, by the way. That just kind of happened.
Okay.
So she's like cool now. She has white hair.
How'd she get the white hair? Did she
yeah.
like?
It got bleached during her encounter with the Darkling
Oh,
Did we
okay.
talk about
when
that?
she was like trying. Sorry.
Did we talk about that?
That was part of the confrontation where he took over. Alina tried to like murder-suicide him by like mind linking with him and using up all of his powers.
Yeah.
By her using them all up to like drain them both of energy, and then they would both die. But then Maul thwarted the plan because he's like, "Don't kill yourself, babe." So anyway, they both survived.
You're so hot. Don't
Yeah,
kill yourself.
Yeah, that's what I thought immediately too, Kat.
Yeah.
But,
So that she ended up with white hair because she's cool now.
That's
God.
right, because she exploited the connection between the two since
Yeah.
he killed her first power thing.
Yeah. So they have the mind link, right? That's where all the mind flirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a mind link.
Oh my God.
So, okay, and then there are rumors about there is an outlaw resisting the Darkling, the Prince of the Air. This is obviously Nikolai, the prince, because remember he had those boats that could fly.
Oh
It was
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
He like used airbending in
Yeah,
like
that
a
is
cool
pretty
way.
cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, so we're still doing a quick character recap. We have David. He's the like engineer magic guy.
Mhm.
We have Jenya. She
She's the
we were
makeup
friends with
lady?
her in the first book. Yeah, she's a makeup lady. We were friends with her in the first book, and then in the second book, she like kind of betrayed us a little bit.
Mhm.
But then, well, she was like kind of working with the Darkling, but she was kind of wishy-washy on the sides, and she did eventually like help them escape the Darkling from that boat that they were on at the beginning of the second book. And the Darkling like kind of tortured her and scarred her a lot. So she's kind of disfigured, and people are mean to her
Oh
because
God.
yeah, people bully people.
People are mean to ugly people.
Yeah. So we have them. We have the creepy priest guy. He's very controlling. He's kind of like keeping her hidden away, but he's like, "It's for your safety, Alina." And she's like, "I want to go outside." She's like, "I can't use my powers." And she thinks she can't use them because she's underground. So she can't use her light magic right now. And she thinks it's just because like she literally hasn't seen the sunlight. Like she's just been trapped in a cave.
Oh.
So she thinks she's like kind of cut off from it.
Interesting. Okay.
That's a shame.
Yeah. But she can do some small shadow magic.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. So it's not big shadow magic. She can just like she can make them move a little bit, and she thinks it's a remnant from the connection with the Darkling when she tried to murder suicide them. So she can manipulate shadows just a little bit.
Just a little bit. As a treat.
As a treat. So the priest, he's restricting Maul from seeing Alina. Again, he's really trying to like control her and who she sees.
And Ma's still with Selena or Alina. Sorry.
I don't know if they're like romantically together right now because of how controlling the priest is being.
Yeah, but like if they
Well,
would.
probably. I mean, they never were officially.
Yeah, they were having a rough time at the end of book 2, and I don't think we've really had a chance to resolve those issues because of the priest.
Okay.
So what? Sorry, what was that you said before, Kat? That I kind of talked over.
I don't remember.
Oh. Well.
Okay, great, moving on.
Probably wasn't important.
Alina's probably not. I'm sorry, everything you say is important.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so Alina's friends, David, Jenya, and Alina herself, they seem to be planning something, but the priest is like, there's a conspiracy. Alina is in danger from her friends. So he's trying to use this as a way to further isolate and control her.
So hang on. What's his grounds?
Well, she has like a cult following, so him controlling her gives him power because she literally has a cult following.
No. What's his grounds for saying there's conspiracy with her friends?
Agreed.
Who are going to, like, you can't just like claim that and not have evidence for it.
Well, let me keep talking because it will actually make
Tom,
sense
he runs a
eventually.
cult. He doesn't need evidence for anything.
That's also true.
That's true in real life, not true in
No,
in
it's
book
kind of
logic.
true in this book.
This book has
No, you
never
need
relied
reasons to
on
do
real
things.
strong logic or evidence to do anything also.
Okay, you know what? You've got me there. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
But I mean, like, it was kind of justified because they were planning against him.
Mm.
Well, we're planning against the guy who's like kidnapped and controlling our friend.
Yeah. Well, what they do is that they're in the kitchens, which has access to the outside because you need to like vent your smoke and stuff. So that allows Alina to summon because the like the door's real high up open and she can like see just a teeniest little glimmer of sunlight, and that allows her to summon. And then while they're fighting, she does have to actively try to not murder people.
Yeah, fair.
Whoops.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't. She doesn't murder anyone. It's very good. But she does have to be like, I shouldn't murder people.
I mean, she's so powerful at a certain point,
Yeah.
like you know how some people once they reach like a certain level in like MMA or
That's true. Yeah, you can like really seriously hurt someone. You have to like be careful not to.
yeah, and there's like different charges for people who are like that because it's like considered differently in the legal standpoint of
Interesting.
things.
Really
If
good.
you're like trained to be a fighter
I see.
and have to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, her little group wins the fight because they're all magic users.
Whoa, crazy.
And then she kind of like takes power back from the priest because they are in the sun cult. So technically she is the leader of the sun cult because she is the sun lady. So she kind of like brands this guy as a show of strength
Oh, no way.
to give herself power over the priest, right? So the priest, he's being so annoying. He's like, I'm the voice of the people. They've chosen you as the Sun Queen. Therefore, I'm loyal to you. Meanwhile, he betrayed both the previous king and the Darkling before. And anyway, yeah, he's just a cult leader, and he's really only out for himself. And we're like, for goodness sake.
So she like straight up brands him like with a
Not the priest, just one of the soldiers.
oh.
Because, obviously they're like the cult followers, so they're like super into it.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of like makes her more powerful than the priest.
Okay, so
If that
because
makes
she
sense.
can actually brand people to be like
Yes, and she can like be there inspiring people.
yeah,
Using her
okay.
powers. So like the priest has a lot of the power just because like he's the leader, but Alina is like the figurehead. But once she can actually use her power again, she starts to become less of a figurehead, and then she can actually like kind of take a little bit of that power back from the priest, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Priest wanted a puppet.
Yes. And Alina's like, I'm not a puppet, you jerk. I'm trying to go save the world here.
She's like, I'm busy.
So.
Stop. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Alina Mal and 12 other Grisha, they have a little rundown, and their plan was actually to purposefully get caught so that they would all be brought together.
Okay.
And that worked, right? Because then they were all brought together with like, because they had like this blasting powder that they were going to use, but they knew they wouldn't be able to like get it in, so like they purposefully got caught so they'd all be brought together, and then they were like, "Oops, haha, gotcha."
So did they manage to get the blasting powder in?
Yeah, and they used it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't
And
believe
that's-
that worked.
Yeah. Well.
You'd think they'd separate the blasting powder from the people as well.
Yeah. Priest, he isn't that smart. And anyway, this whole thing is just a way to get them out of the caves. It doesn't really come up again later. So, anyway, we're still recapping. Alina and Mal, they have a little chit chat, and he knows about Alina's shadow trick.
You know what I think is
So
weird?
Alina's actually being open with her boyfriend.
Wow,
Yes,
slay.
please tell me what's weird.
I don't know. It bothers me that like there's so many tools in this book that are never like elaborated on or I feel like used to their full potential. Like I feel like this blasting powder is another case, where it's like they literally just invented like guns basically, but
Well, they have guns. They do have
oh,
guns.
they do have guns?
Yes, generally they do have guns.
Why has no one just shot the Darkling?
Yeah. Bringing
I don't know,
a
maybe
gun
they
to a
survived that.
magic fight seems like a really effective tool.
I'm gonna be so for real with you. I have the same complaint about Harry Potter. Why not just shoot Voldemort? Like, oh, what are you gonna do? Deflect this? Like,
Maybe.
Because it takes place in
Maybe
the
Protego-
UK, Tom. They would only have like knives. I guess you
oh,
could
you're right.
like
you're
shank
right.
Voldemort, but then you have to get close to him, which is difficult,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
American, yeah.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
Fantastic Beasts.
So America would have won against Voldemort.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Earlier.
And no
Very easily.
They would have brought a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have just shot. I mean, the guy couldn't even take a school. Like,
Okay, we're gonna get back on track here.
right? Yes, the Darkling.
The Darkling.
Yeah.
They were doing a fight. So remember, okay, so we're gonna do a little recap of how Mal, he's a really good tracker.
Oh, yeah.
Because
This is
during the
one
fight,
attribute.
he made, he made a very impressive shot, like with a gun, with our guns, because David put a beetle in a gunpowder pouch, and he can track anything. So he can literally, like, they threw this pouch, and because there was a beetle in it, Mal could like zoom and enhance it on it. Like that's how good a tracker he is.
He's like, oh yes, this leaf over here has 3 bites taken out of it from this exact mouth pattern of this beetle.
Yeah.
That's how I know it's over here.
Yeah. So
like,
anyway,
okay, Mal.
let's go get the Firebird.
This is just magic autism.
He's hyper fixated on the tracking.
Yeah,
He took that
that's his
magic
hyperfixation.
Tylenol.
Yeah.
Topical.
Remember, guys, Tylenol doesn't cause autism.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the book.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go look for the Firebird, which remember we think is the 3rd amplifier, and we're also gonna go look for Nikolai because there are those rumors, and he's kind of cool, and he did, maybe escape the palace.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Nikolai and the Firebird are together. They find them both at the same time.
Ooh, very fun.
He is the fire.
And then quick
No.
Quick recap on Alina and Mal. Their relationship is still a little tense. So remember we were talking about that, and they didn't really have any time to hash things out while the priest was like controlling their every movement. But they're still a little tense. Alright, so they have a little break. Alina's alone, so she tests if she can visit the Darkling like he used to visit her. And that works. She goes and visits him.
Okay, Ray.
Yeah.
So he's on the throne, and he seems kind of surprised that she managed to visit him. He's like, ooh. And they play a kind of like flirting intimidation wordplay game.
No way. I love it.
Yeah. So the Darkling's surroundings are kind of blurred to Alina. So, like, she can't really see what's going on. She can only see him. But this also means that he can't suss out too many details about her either when he visits her. So that's good. Anyway, so they kind of flirt for a little, and then Alina's like, I'll never be like you. And, she leaves. So anyway, they leave. They leave the caves. They're still in the caves. They're, like, traveling in the caves for a couple days. Mal is leading because he can track anything, including...
An exit.
An exit. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mal and Alina, they have a little chit-chat, and Mal is like, you are meant for bigger things than me. Right? He's like, you are meant to be queen, I am just a soldier. And Alina's like, kind of sad.
That is sad.
Yeah,
Poor boy's got imposter syndrome.
he does. But there's an explosion in the cave. That's bad, because cave-ins, it's actually just swamp gas, so it's not an attack. But Mal takes the lead. He has like...
Sorry.
This is just what the book tells me.
Okay, sure. Right.
But Mal is being a really good leader. He has the windbenders like send the gas off so it can't like explode again, and then the windbenders can actually support the tunnels so they don't collapse on them. Like they can like put pressure on the air and on the rocks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel like this is violating a lot of OSHA, actually. Like, first and foremost, before you go into a confined space, you're supposed to test the air to see what's in it. Make sure that it's, not oxygen deficient or anything like that.
This makes sense.
Make sure it's not going to, explode.
Do you think they have OSHA?
Maybe.
This isn't set in the real world.
I think
so probably not.
those like
I mean,
Valkyries should unionize and then make OSHA.
You know what? You're the Grisha, yeah, they should unionize. Especially the makeup ones. They deserve it the most.
The makeup Grisha.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Poor Jenya, she was just bullied.
Yeah.
That's why she latched onto the Darkling. She had no one else. And the Darkling's good at emotional manipulation. Okay, so anyway, they survive that, and then Mal tracks them out of the tunnels, and they emerge into a cemetery, because, again, all of these tunnels are connected via, like, churches and monasteries and whatever. Okay, so we find out a little bit about more recent politics because we were kind of caught underground and our access to news was limited. But it turns out that the western bit of the country beyond the fold has declared for Nikolai, so they are resisting, so that's kind of cool.
That is.
But then they are trying to find Nikolai. Like, Mal goes to this, like, meetup spot they had, like, kind of talked about, but he didn't find them. But then some other deserters find and capture them. These kids have a tough time not getting captured. It happens multiple times per book.
Yeah, I can tell.
Luckily it is very brief capture.
You know, maybe the priest had a point.
These kids aren't that competent.
Yeah. It's like,
But
you guys can't go outside.
Yeah, they unfortunately recognize Alina, so they're talking about ransoning them to the Darkling. But Nikolai shows up to save them.
Right.
And this isn't just convenient. It does sound convenient. It was because he saw Mal at the meetup point, or like one of his friends saw Mal at the meetup point, so therefore he was like, Mal, hello, I've been looking for you. So, anyway, so they kill all the deserters because they had recognized Alina. And so, they can't have them spreading rumors about her. Even Alina gets her first kill on one of them, too.
Whoa.
And then they leave on another flying ship.
Wait, she hasn't killed anyone?
No. She's like, really had to try hard not to kill people, but for some reason when she actually kills someone, she feels really bad about it. And it's like, girlie, you were, like, struggling not to kill people before.
Until book 3?
Yeah.
She hasn't...
No, she hasn't got a kill yet. Well, remember, nothing happened in book 2, and in book 1, she was, like, on the run the whole time.
That makes sense.
For the second half.
Well, you know what? I guess it's not entirely true. She did kill some of those, like, bird people things.
The Volcra, but those are, like, bird monsters, so...
Yeah, but they're people.
Yeah, they were people.
In the past. Well, are they still people?
This book would never bother asking that question, so I'm not going to bother answering it.
Okay, that's fair.
That is true. That's fair.
So they are escaping with Nikolai, yay, and he has converted an abandoned monastery in the mountains into a base. So it's kind of cool. It gives, like, Tony Stark vibes. Just, like, a big technological center in the middle of nowhere.
Slime.
So he did successfully, escape the palace, obviously, and he took the tutor at Alina's request. So Alina goes to have a chat with the tutor, who we recall is the Darkling's mom. She has a name. I'm never going to tell you it because I don't care enough. She's just the tutor.
I mean, she's not really that important of a character. She only, like, saved Alina's life earlier and got tortured by the Darkling.
Yeah, well. So they discuss fighting Abomination with Abomination. So one Abomination, the Darkling, with another Abomination, Alina's third amplifier. And it's like, should you really lower yourself to his level? And Alina's like, well, I don't got any other option. But it still seems like she might know more than she's saying. There might be more that she's not telling Alina. Like, maybe about how the original 3 set of amplifiers were made. Because remember, generally you're only supposed to be able to have 1 amplifier. And yet there's this, like, set of 3. So it's like, there's more to this story.
Yeah, like, how did someone discover that there's a set of 3?
Yeah.
You know?
And then Mal comes in to grab Alina. And Tutor's like, but he sounds like... But then she's interrupted because we can't have the plot revealed too early.
Oh my god.
So Maul sounds like something?
Mal sounds like someone.
No way.
But she's interrupted because the king realized Jenya is there and there's a confrontation. Recall Jenya kind of poisoned the king in the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's
Slay.
the Darkling's mom.
Or maybe that was the second book.
She was helping out.
Yeah, she was helping the Darkling and she kind of like weakened the king. So, what actually happened? We have this little confrontation. Jenya poisoned the king slowly over time by applying the poison to her own skin and lips, which transferred over to him every time he forced himself on her. And then she would, like, burn the poison off of herself and...
You know what? Stay winning, queen.
Yeah. That's a
Good
mega
for you.
slay.
That guy.
Yeah. So Nikolai is like, Dad, the king... You are going to abdicate to me, or after the war I will try you for sexual assault. Rulers are not above the law. So ultimately he does kind of take Jenya's side, even though she did, kind of commit treason a little against the king by poisoning him. But the king also, was assaulting her. Apparently unconsensually, so...
You know, we can support women's wrongs.
Yes.
Especially when they're justified like this.
Yes, we support women's wrongs.
Yeah.
Rebellion to tyrants
Yes.
is obedience to God, you know?
Yeah. So
Sure.
basically,
Franklin's
Nikolai takes over the country.
Oh, nice.
So the dad agrees to abdicate to Nikolai, and then he and the queen just kind of leave to go to somewhere else to vibe.
For him to push her on or push himself on her again or
Yeah.
some
Yeah, they're
yeah.
kind of like exiled for their safety,
yeah.
just
Ugh.
so we don't have to think about them for the rest of this book.
You know what? That's good. I don't
Yes.
want to think about that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So Nikolai does say he will have to try Jenya for her crimes after the war, but she's like, I don't care. I'm fine with that. And then she and David kiss. By the way, she and David are a thing.
Who's David?
He's the like engineer magic guy. He like put Alina's collar on her and was making those like cool mirror plates for her.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's just kind of been in the background. Jenya and David are, he's like, you're so strong. You're strong as steel inside. And she's like, I'm ugly. You couldn't love me. And he's like, you're beautiful. And they kiss.
That's really sweet.
That is really sweet.
Yeah. She's like, you never looked at me when I was beautiful. Or maybe it's David, like, you never looked at me when you were beautiful because I'm not good enough for you. And we know Jenya had a crush on him in the first book, so that's not true. Anyway, that's just like our side hustle that actually has a healthy functioning relationship. So
Imagine.
yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Alina and Mal, they reconcile
All right.
about how Alina can help the country as a queen and she should probably get with Nikolai. So they're kind of like, maybe we just weren't meant to be. Like, our positions in life are too different. So that's kind of sad.
You know, I feel like this logic is always flawed when you consider the idea that, you know, if they got married, then he'd be a king. You know, so
Well,
that
not necessarily. I mean, Nikolai is going to be the king, right? But
Uh-huh.
everyone's saying Alina is the sun queen. So it would really help, like, shore up morale in the country if Alina, the sun queen, like, kind of like the people's person, got with Nikolai, who's like the royal-blooded
The
king.
people's princess.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, sorry, go ahead, Kat.
Nope.
She said people's princess.
Oh, okay. What I'm saying is that like, what are they gonna call Mole if they got married? Like, the first of the sun or some crap?
Yeah.
Like, no, he'd be the Sun King, right beside the Sun
Maybe.
Queen. You know, like,
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, they are not there.
yeah.
And they're like, Alina and Mal, they're both kind of sad about it, but they're like, well, I guess we're just not meant to be. Because it seems like Alina is meant to be like in some kind of leadership position, and Mal clearly hates court and wants to be out in the field.
Yeah, but he could still be a leadership position.
Yeah.
Out in the field.
Because he's a magic tracker.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yes.
yeah.
Anyway, we have a mini lesson with the tutor, Alina and the tutor, and apparently the tutor had chatted with Nikolai about how it could become dangerous after the third amplifier, so, he might have to kill Alina if she becomes the Darkling 2.0 Electric Boogaloo.
And Alina's like, that's fair.
Yeah. But during their lesson, the tutor is like, girly pop, you have 2 amplifiers. You are more powerful than this. And Alina managed to, like, cut off a mountain peak that's, like, 5 miles away.
With her.
With the cut, yeah.
Oh,
With just, like, some light magic. It's really cool, yeah.
that is pretty cool.
So, we're planning the Firebird trip still. Nikolai and Alina, they are getting very friendly. And he actually gives her a ring from his mom. And
Whoa.
it's specifically not a proposal, but that seems likely to come soon. And it's kind of like I just want you to have it. And he also confirms the rumors that he is not the king's son, like his mom was cheating. There have been rumors about that. I never really told you them, but like people like he's like a bastard.
Uh-huh.
And he's not the king's son. And he's like, you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm still gonna be king next, sucker.
Yeah, also the other king was kind of not that great.
Yeah, and his
so-
older brother, who probably was like an actual blood child of the king, also kind of sucked. So he
Weird.
died in the last book after he was being an idiot and betrayed them to the Darkling.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
yeah. So anyway, even though it's not a proposal, Alina is more open to it now, and she recognizes that Mal is happier in action. Right. So she's still sad, but she recognizes they just might not be like meant to be. And then because Alina is sad, she goes and visits the Darkling.
This
Because she doesn't
relationship.
have any... Yeah. She does not know how to handle her emotions.
Girl, this is toxic.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, just you wait. So the Darkling warns Alina that people won't want her anymore when the good king is old and aging, while his witch of a wife queen is young and healthy. Because Alina is going to live a very long time because she's a powerful witch. She's a powerful magic user. They just live longer. Remember, the Darkling is like hundreds of years old.
Oh, I forgot. God, that makes it even worse. Okay.
Yeah, and that's not because of like he did weird things like Voldemort. Like magic users just live longer. So anyway, the Darkling apparently is feeling kind of vulnerable because he tells Alina his given name, which is Alexander. Shockingly, the Darkling wasn't his given name.
Alexander's kind of a cute name, but kind of a letdown.
It is,
too.
yeah. She's like, whoa. You're just like a human guy. You were like a human at one point before you became a psycho.
Catch me rocking up to go to kill the Darkling and be like, "Sup, Alex?"
Yeah, right. Like, we keep talking about Harry Potter, but just like in their final confrontation when he's like, "Come on, Tom," and he's like, "That's not my name. Use my chosen name. It's Voldemort."
You know, it is kind of messed up that Harry dead named.
Yeah,
Voldemort.
Harry dead name Voldemort. Alina worries that she's gonna be as bad of a ruler as the Darkling is.
Girl,
So that's
the
rough.
bar is in
That's a
hell.
pretty-
Like, you can always do better.
Yeah,
It's
I was
real
gonna
low.
say, the
Well-
bar's pretty low there.
Well, remember, I feel like this is feeding into my theory that Alina's just gonna get this third amplifier and go crazy. So
This is literally
But,
Star
you know-
Wars. This is literally just kind of... Oh my god, okay. Anyways.
this is Raylo. But not all hope is lost for Alina
Alina
because the Darkling is
Skywalker.
trying to flirt.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Oh, their ship name is Darklina. Get it right.
Darklina. Okay.
Anyway, the
More like
Darkling is
Dorklina.
trying to flirt, but Alina shoots him down. And the Darkling brags about how David left him a treat. He's like, "You don't want me? Well, David left me a treat, and I'm important and powerful." And then Alina leaves, and she's like, "David, what did you do?" Because it's like, did David betray us? But probably not. He had to leave his notebooks at the palace, you know, when they fled. And apparently in his notebooks, it included an idea for like eternal fire, which is super dangerous. So he modified it to be eternal light only, which is cooler. But this light would work in the folds and like help keep the Volker away. But it does need to be activated by sunlight. So it's like, oh, well, it's fine because Alina, you're the only one who can use sunlight. However, the Darkling might have a scrap of Alina's powers, just like she does of his. So she can like manipulate a tiny bit of shadow. Maybe the Darkling can manipulate a tiny bit of sunlight. So
Uh-oh.
anyway, the Darkling might be able to expand the fold on his own now.
No.
Uh-oh!
Oopsie doodles.
Oopsie doodles. Yikes, we better get on with our plan to beat him. Yes. Okay, so we have another chat with the tutor. We gotta like get all this exposition out of the way. So she's like, "You know more than you're telling me. I know you do." And she gets the tutor to talk by telling her Alexander. Because she's like, no one else could know the Darkling's name. So then the tutor exposition dumps at us. So, the discoverer of the 3 set of amplifiers and the dark magic was her dad and the Darkling's grandpa.
What?
So, he was like hailed as a saint. He had like a name in the book. I didn't write it down. Right, but that's her dad. And the story is that she was born with shadow magic, and she wonders if that like was a result of the dad's dark magic experiments. So we never really saw her do shadow magic. But it turns out she did have it. She was probably like avoiding using it to like help hide the Darkling's connection to her. But what happened is that so she was born with it, and then she had a little sister who was born like without magic and was more normal. And then one day when she was like a little toddler, she like accidentally like kind of killed her sister because she has like this dark, powerful magic, and she accidentally kills the sister. And then her dad, the Darkling's grandpa, like resurrected her with his with forbidden magic. So that's kind of like where his like saint legend comes from, because he was able to resurrect this little girl But then because he was able to resurrect someone, the villagers like dump him in a lake because they're like, witch.
They weren't like, yeah, bring my grandpa back. I miss him.
Well, yeah, but they're like mad that they couldn't bring the grandpa back. It's like, why you get to bring that girl back and not my grandpa? Right? So, yeah.
Who's to say he can't just do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
so, well, they actually dumped the little sister in the lake too, in the river, because I mean, she's clearly supposed to be dead.
Well, that's
So-
unfortunate.
Yeah. So that's the story there. Alina is kind of reflecting that she and the Darklings are the only ones with this type of power, and she's like, am I related to the Darkling? Like, what if the younger sister survived? Because it seems likely that the dad survived the 3 set of amplifiers, because, you know, he's a powerful Grisha. He definitely could survive being thrown into a river. But, like, what if the younger sister survived too? And what if I'm a distant cousin of the Darkling? Ew.
No, that's Mal.
Why do you say that, Tom?
Because the grandma was like, or the Darkling's mom was like, he looks like.
Ooh.
I agree.
Will that survive after multiple generations?
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
Anyway, anything's possible. So, the tutor is saying that powerful Grisha, they usually die to suicide since they don't really age. Eventually, they're just like, I'm sick of this. And then they, like, pop off.
Yeah, okay.
Mood. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought of nigh immortality
Yeah.
as more of a curse than anything
Yes.
else.
Yeah.
Like, having to live longer than all of your loved ones is like a pretty rough
Yeah.
Yeah.
scenario.
I would
So,
wanna
kill
like, can you
myself, too.
really, yeah, can
Yeah.
you really blame
Like,
them?
once you're, like, your first love dies, and then your children die, and then your second love dies.
And then your grandchildren die.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Be rough.
yeah. So anyway, because of the Darklings, okay, so we've moved on from that conversation. And yeah, well, we had that conversation, moved on. And apparently we have 2 weeks to find the Firebird before Alina's armies are going to march. They like sent runners to the her cult to ask for like support, cuz they're like, "Oh my god, the Darkling's going to, you know, try to expand the fold." So, Alina and Nikolai are having a bit of a flirt. They have like a chaste little kiss.
Hmm.
He wants her. They're not making out, but they do have a little kiss.
And it's clear he's like,
Yeah, he wants her.
mm,
But unfortunately, they get attacked. It's the day they're gonna leave, and they get attacked.
that's
They
lame.
were betrayed by a Grisha that I didn't mention before, because he wasn't that important
Up until this moment.
up until this moment. He's not very important after, because the Darkling kills him.
Wow, spoilers.
Well, what do you mean spoilers? That's happening as I'm describing it. So the Darkling sends a weird shadow into Nikolai that turns him into a bird monster. So that's unfortunate.
Like
Well-
permanently?
So it seems
Oh.
Nikolai, he still seems like a little sentient though, but he is a bird monster.
Oh my god.
And he flies away. Yeah, so that's rough. Well, because Nikolai, he's like a pretty boy, handsome prince, you know? It's like, that kind of
He's
sucks.
Howl.
Yeah. Oh, he's Howl.
He's just a bird monster. Sad.
Yeah. So that happened, and that's rough. And then the tutor comes out, and she's like, I love you, Darkling. She might say his name instead of Darkling, who knows? But I love you, and it wasn't enough. Like, just loving you wasn't enough to save you from becoming this monster or whatever. So she can control his shadow monsters, probably because she has a shadow power. And then she jumps off the mountain with all of them following her. So she just yotes herself. And Darkling is kind of sad, actually.
So, do they just, like, get the Darkling here? They just kill him now? While
Well-
he's got no one?
No, so the tutor distracts all the monsters, and they're able to flee because of that.
But if they're distracting all the monsters, it's just the Darkling by himself now, right?
Well, yeah, now he's sad. His mom just committed death.
Yeah, isn't that the, like, ultimate time to just, like, stab him in the back and be done with it?
Well, they're just fleeing. They ran away.
Okay.
And so they decide to go after the Firebird, as they planned. So David suggests, and Alina manages, to bend light around the airship so they cannot be seen from below. That's
That is
cool.
cool.
Invisibility.
Yeah. She has to, like, think about, like, the way the light hits the ship, and, like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Because he's like, yeah, light is just how people see things, so just, like, light. So that's pretty cool. So Bird Nikolai is following them, sad. He shows himself to Alina, but he doesn't stay very long. He like doesn't seem like he's like in control of himself, but maybe not like quite in control of himself. Maybe he's like kind of ashamed of himself because he's a bird monster now.
Well,
Yeah, it's kind of bummed.
yeah,
Everyone's sad.
Yeah.
Basically, like
rough.
another home and another sense of safeness is lost because they just keep getting attacked. Like Jesus, these poor people.
Yeah, literally.
Keep getting betrayed too.
Yeah. So they travel on foot for a few days. They're looking for the bird. They have to scare off a bandit party, whatever. So 1 week in to their little journey, they arrive at the, quote, Fire Falls. It is like a sacred place with a waterfall that glitters gold in the sunlight.
Ooh.
And there's ash in the sky. So they climb a mountain, they're looking, and they find it! It's a firebird! Probably why there's so much ash in the sky. There's a bird that's on fire. So that's cool.
That's cool.
Anyway, so Alina almost falls off a cliff, and that's awkward, but Mal saves her. And they have, like, this, like, weird connection moment. They're like, whoa, Mal, whoa, Alina, we're mind linking. It's kind of like that. And then, so the firebird's there, and then it leaves. But it isn't the third amplifier, Mal is.
No way.
And at this point, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
What? Yeah, what?
What do you mean?
So, this is apparently a repeated cycle. Everything cycles, of course. History repeats itself. So, the tutor's younger sister was the dad's third amplifier. Probably. So that's why the dad never finished his, like, he had, like, theorized about the Firebird being the third amplifier, but it was, like, he never finished his research. So that was, like, kind of like there was, like, this missing piece. So, they think that there were the two, the stag and the fire and the sea whip. Those are the two amplifiers, and then the human is the third amplifier. So it's like the thesis of this novel, like it's what is infinite, like the greed of men, right? So it's like in order to have ultimate power, you have to make ultimate sacrifice, and it's like ooh, that's rough.
Okay.
So we think Mal is likely the descendant of the younger sister, not Alina.
Oh, you mean like the thing I said earlier?
I don't understand how you call these things.
It's almost like they foreshadow it and like tell you.
I don't understand it. I don't.
Not.
like you just say these things. And I'm like, how did you know that? Dang it.
Yeah. So is the whole thing like they thought it was the Phoenix because the Phoenix is infinite because it will just like regenerate after it dies?
Yeah, maybe. But it's not. I mean, maybe they just thought it was the Phoenix because it's like a powerful magical creature.
That feels, I don't know, that feels flawed.
Well,
that feels like flawed logic to begin with.
Well, when you're doing dark magic and you're searching for like abomination magic with 3 set of amplifiers, you're kind of paving your own path.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you have to be illogical. You can still be smart about it.
Remember, nothing in this book is logical.
I guess.
So, and then so Mal is the third amplifier, and Alina reflects that she often feels more powerful when Mal is near her. Like, remember, the first time her powers ever came out is when she was protecting him. So it's like, ooh, intriguing. But Mal is like, I'm ready to die.
It's like, I can't be with you, so I might as well.
You can kill me to make me an amplifier. I'm fine with that.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, okay. Okay, Mal.
Does she do it?
Well, not yet.
All right.
So this puts Mal in a great mood. I'm not even kidding. Mal is like, great! My life is solved. I can just die and, like, martyr myself for my girlfriend.
Oh my
And
God,
I don't even
he's
have to
been
worry about her
suicidal
getting with
this whole
someone
time.
after.
Yeah.
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 So, he and Alina, like, kiss and cuddle because now they're, I don't know, Alina's, like, kind of in denial about having to kill him, and Mal is, like, totally up for it. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, anyway, so they go back to they travel back. The Darkling has been busy marching and expanding the fold, so, yeah, he can do that. Yikes. He also marched on and kidnapped all of the Grisha students as hostages so that Alina will come to him. He's quite predictable, honestly. He goes and, like, kidnaps someone that Alina cares about, and then is like, I'm gonna go kill these people if you don't come. And she's like, okay, I'll come.
They're both predictable.
So maybe it's not the Darkling who's predictable, maybe it's just Alina who's predictable. Yeah. So,
A little bit of both.
So, yeah, Alina mind visits him. She confirms that he has the children. So, She had,
That's
like,
rough.
during the last book, she had, like, sent the children off when they knew that the Darkling was going to march on like, their palace. She had, like, sent them off to be safe somewhere else, but the Darkling, well, he has them now. So anyway, she's mind visiting the Darkling, and I have a quote from the Darkling. All right, get ready for edgelord. I will strip away all that you know, all that you love, until you have no shelter but me.
Damn.
Raylo!
Yeah.
That's abusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I feel like they're starting to, yeah, I feel like in the last book they were really trying to, like, emphasize the similarities between Alina and the Darkling and, like, show her possible descent into darkness, but I feel like in this book they are trying to differentiate her more and show, like, oh yeah, the Darkling's actually a bad guy. Don't worry, Alina's not going to get with him. So.
But then she does.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe. I don't know.
So, anyway, everyone's sad again because all those kids got kidnapped.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, it's kind of a bummer town, you know?
I feel like kind of a bummer is underselling it a little bit.
But it's okay because Jenny and David have a plan to use Alina's power, and they're going to become invisible. They're going to attack the Darkling's camp.
Okay.
They're going to ferret away the kids. They're going to explode the camp. And then Alina is going to use the cut on the Darkling to chop him in half.
Okay.
That's their big plan.
That's pretty cool.
And Mal is like, so they're not going to kill Mal immediately, but he's like, Alina, promise me to kill me and use me as an amplifier if this doesn't work without me dying, without me as an amplifier. So it's like a reversal of the book 1 promise, right? Where Alina's like, kill me so the Darkling can't use me, and then he can't. I wonder how well it's going to go this time. Who knows?
Who knows?
I feel like it'd be a lot more interesting if she does end up having to kill Maul.
Oh, you will see. Okay, so Alina's practicing invisibling people because it is difficult when they're moving, right? So anyway, they're practicing, mini training montage. Her, quote, army from the priest arrives. There is literally 12 people who escaped because the priest is being annoying, right? So he wants, like, I can't send people to her. I had to keep her safe, so I'm not going to send an army to her. Yeah, anyway.
That's...
Yeah. So they don't have much of an
Alright.
army. That's rough. Priest is a little tool.
Per usual.
Okay, so they're at the fold. They're preparing for the journey through the fold.
Okay.
Nikolai comes to Alina again. She shows him the ring. He's like, hey, you remember me? And he puts it on her finger because he is still Nikolai a little bit inside. And she tries to heal him with light, but that doesn't work. Like, she can't, like, expel the darkness out of him. So that's kind of a bummer. And then Nikolai has this moment where he's like, maybe he's gonna go eat her. Because he is kind of like a bird monster.
Oh my god.
And he has these, like, you know, conflicting impulses.
Yeah.
But luckily Alina is like, Nikolai, don't eat me. You know you don't want to. And then he's like, oh my god, I tried to eat you. And then he runs away.
Bad.
He's like, oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of a bummer town as well. So he flies off into the fold. You know, maybe he can be friends with the Volcra. I don't think he is a Volcra because he still, like, has this.
He's like a step away.
Volcra adjacent. Yeah. All right. So final prep before we go confront the Darkling. We have soldiers are training. We are practicing in the fold. We have Jenya and David making explosives. The airbenders are practicing dampening sound. Pretty cool. Alina and Mal, they have a heart-to-heart. They're in love again. These kids, they really...
I mean, there's no other options
Yeah.
for her now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's about to die, apparently, so...
Oh my god.
Anyway, so they're in love again, but they recognize they have no future, and they bump uglies.
Oh, they finally banged.
They bump ugly.
Listen, we gotta keep it family friendly.
This is PG-13 at best.
At best, yeah. This book has the emotional manipulation in this book.
Yeah.
All right, so we enter the fold. We're sneaking up on the Darkling ship, which is just in the fold, by the way. I'm not sure why, but it is. And they're actually doing a pretty good job of being invisible, but as they are, like, you know, shooting and attacking them, there is returning fire. Because, like, oh my god, we're being attacked by someone. Let's just shoot randomly and maybe we'll get something. You know, It's an okay defense tactic against invisible people.
I mean, pretty generally, you'd probably start seeing the arrows flying
Yeah.
from a specific direction.
You know, it's like in The Incredibles when Violet is, like, invisible hiding in the water and the guy is just, like, shooting to try to get her. Yeah. It's like you can't aim against an invisible person, but you can't just shoot a bunch of bullets and maybe you'll hit them.
In their general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Alina gets shot, so that's rough. It's in the arm. So she's not going to die, but it's harder for her to keep control of her power. So people start being able to be seen.
Mole, do the field dressing.
Yeah.
Pull the bullet out.
But Nikolai is actually helping to fend off the Darkling's monsters. So that's pretty cool. Yay, Nikolai.
Yay, Nikolai.
So the Darkling confronts Alina. He's like, "You idiot, the kids aren't on the ship. I wouldn't risk their lives. I just need to get you here." So he did kidnap them, but they're not on the ship. So the whole plan to ferret them away didn't really work because they're not there.
I mean, you should probably have dealt with the Darkling first anyways.
Yeah. But anyway, the Darkling is absolutely unhinged because he says, "It may well take me another lifetime to break you, Alina, but I will put my mind to the task."
That's creepy.
Yeah, he's kind of unhinged. So Alina gets away from the Darkling. She does a Trixie. And then Mal finds her in the fold. And he's like, "It's time, babe." And he helps guide her knife into his chest, and he dies.
All right.
We did it! Mal
Wow.
died! He's
Where's
like,
that engineer dude? Gotta make Mul's bones into some, like, jewelry or some crap.
Actually, we don't need to do
Just
that.
wear his skin.
Because when...
Oh, yikes.
Stop it! Okay,
Okay,
we don't need to
Leatherface.
make his bones into a third amplifier, though, because when he dies, Alina is filled with power. And she's not wearing Mal as an amplifier, but she's, like, bursting with it. But then suddenly all the power is gone. And she can't use any light at all. And she's like, "Oh, is this the power of greed? I killed my best friend / lover, and now I lost all my power? Yikes." Well, actually, no. Alina doesn't seem to have her power, but it made a bunch of other sun summoners. So all of the other normal people can now summon sun. They can all summon light.
I
Everyone
love
around her?
Yeah.
democratizing magic. What a slay.
Yeah.
So Mal died, and it made a bunch of other sun summoners. So maybe it wasn't the result that we wanted, but that seems like a pretty good result.
Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely better than Alina being the only one.
Yeah. And
Poor Mole, though.
Yeah, poor Mal. But it's really good because their light is unraveling the fold. So the fold is, like, being destroyed.
Wow.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woohoo,
Yay.
indeed.
Woohoo. So during this, Alina's other amplifiers break off. So she has... Okay, so recap. We have killed Mal. Alina has lost her powers. A bunch of other people have become some summoners. And Alina's other amplifiers have fallen off. And
Like
the
the
Darkling is now
Joker
there.
and-
He's caught up with her. And he is very confused. He is like, huh? But ultimately, her power is gone, and the Darkling is, like, devastated because now he's alone. He's the only one left who's, like, super powerful. Because
But
his
the-
mom just died.
Lonely at the
But-
top.
But there's a bunch of sun summoners around, though.
Don't worry about that, Tom. We
I-
don't worry. We don't think
They're
about
probably
that.
not as OP
Are they
as
just
Alina.
not?
Listen, the Darkling loved Alina, and now she's, like, not his ideal woman anymore because
don't-
she's not powerful anymore.
I don't know if you can call that love.
Yeah, I agree with Tom.
Really?
He was obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, obsession maybe.
Yeah, he was stalking her. They had the mind link. Anyway, so Alina kills him with the same dagger she killed Mal with. So she goes and stabs the Darkling.
Whoa.
So I was right. You could just stab the guy and not.
Well,
I'm
apparently
mad.
no one had tried that yet.
Why had no one just
my
shot him in the
Yeah.
head? Ugh.
They
Well,
had
yeah, because
hundreds of
Mal can
years to do
apparently...
it.
Well, yeah, remember, Mal can shoot a bag of gunpowder that has a beetle in it.
Yeah, like
That's just, like, flying across the room, specifically because it has a beetle in it. So he probably could have just shot the Darkling.
they could have done the. They could have been done with this like 3 books ago. Like.
Well, it took us until now. So, with the Darkling's death, Alina and the Darkling do have, like, a little moment. He's like, don't leave me, Alina. Don't let them. Don't, he's dying. Anyway, so he dies.
She's like, okay, thanks, bye.
No, actually, she feels for him because
What?
he's
Why?
lonely. I don't-
What?
She feels
Oh
for
my-
him. It's Raylo. She feels for him She sees a red flag, and she said, "I've always liked the color red."
Real.
So anyway, with the Darkling's death, his dark magic is dissolving. So that's nice. Nikolai even returns to normal.
No way.
Well, that's good.
Oh my god. Hey.
Yeah, way. Way. Also, Mal is alive again.
Huh? What?
Yeah, so Alina, she had like two of her she had like a healer friend nearby, and she was like, "Oh my god, try to bring him back, you know, like, give him CPR," despite, you know, the gaping wound in his chest. And anyways, so he's alive now.
Wait.
But I thought resurrection magic was like...
Yeah, they're gonna throw that girl in the
Bad?
lake? Like...
Yeah, I'm like, this is literally the lesson that we were like supposed to learn not to do in the Tudor story, that resurrection is bad.
Yeah. So bleak.
Also, does that just undo all of the
Nope,
other
it
people?
doesn't.
Okay.
Nope.
Is he like a Horcrux?
Tom, this
like the stabbing somehow killed the amplifier part of him, but not the... Oh my god.
Kat, yes, you're right. There were two parts of him. One of them died. That's our explanation. Kat, I hate this so much. I hate it so much. This is my biggest pet peeve with, like, children's media and, like, YA media is when they fake out a death.
Yeah.
It is my biggest pet peeve. I'm like, let the kid die!
Yeah, consequences.
Like, Raya and the Last Dragon, that was a terrible movie with terrible lessons. But, you know, in the end, the dragon, like, sacrifices herself to, like... I don't know, save the world. And then she just comes back with literally no explanation. At least this book tried with an explanation. But it's my biggest pet peeve is when they kill characters.
And don't stick to their
And then,
guns.
like, 2 pages later, they're like, haha, they're fine.
Yeah, they're like teaching children that death is fake, you know?
It's my biggest pet peeve. Kill a character and let them die.
Yeah.
Let there
stay
be
dead.
consequences.
Let there be consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah, anyway. I was kind of pissed
Bad
that
writing.
Mal got to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe Alina will, like, get with Nikolai.
Yeah, that's what I was
They'll
cheering
rule a
for.
country together.
Also, we are...
Don't
Yeah.
And she'll have... And she'll have Maul's child with Nikolai.
Oh, do you think she's forgetting it?
She could be.
Remember, they did just bump uglies.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that's like worst luck the first time you do that, and then you're
No,
immediately
Kat, that is
fine.
like, that's the pregnancy plot line. It only takes one
Yeah,
time
that's-
to get pregnant at an inconvenient, plot-relevant time.
Mhm.
Thank you, author.
That is not mentioned.
God.
Okay.
So anyway, so yay, they won. They undid the fold. The Darkling's dead, so they saved the world. And Alina is like, I'm done with this crap. Fake my death. So they're all gonna say Alina died because all saints die horribly. So she's just gonna be remembered as Saint Alina, who died taking down the Darkling and destroying the fold.
Wow.
Yep.
So, what you're telling me
Yeah.
is this entire time they're talking about, like, the greed of man,
Uh-huh.
trying to, like, emphasize, like, absolute power corrupts absolutely,
Uh-huh.
but then they get to the actual end, and everything's fine, everything's good, they actually win, the day is saved,
Yep.
even the guy who died is fine.
Yep. Sorry, I tried to sip my tea extra loudly.
This is bad writing. I'm more upset at this than the Mary Sue book.
Really?
Yeah, because you tried to be good. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the other book tried to be good too, but like this one did a better job of it and then had a worse ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I hate it when they fake out a
Like-
death. It is my least favorite plot device.
It's like she keeps like suggesting rules, and I'm like, okay, Slate, can't wait to see what you do with that rule, and then she just gets rid of it, you know, like. It's
yeah, like Alina
annoying.
got all the power from Maul
Yeah.
without using him as an amplifier.
Like,
but like,
Make it make sense.
I mean, it's kind of explained that like the 3 set of amplifiers, it kind of has like a different set of rules than the normal rules because it's like dark wild magic. So that's how they kind of get away with it just being like whatever they want.
This is the author's way of hand waving things.
Yeah.
This is like
Yeah.
you can't hand wave something that significant. Like ugh.
Yeah, but you know, Alina can fake her death now and just like not exist because now there's a bunch of other sun summoners who can do her job for her.
I mean, I guess that's nice.
Yeah. Well, and Nikolai is a hero, so kind of like in the story they're telling from this because they're not telling the full story, right? They're like trying to like weave it so that it is it ends up with the best outcome, right? So Alina died, taking down the Darkling in the fold, and creating a new generation of sun summoners. And Nikolai was they're gonna say he was like kidnapped on the ship, and then he was helping as well. So he's a hero as well. So he's gonna be a good
never
king.
became a bird.
Yeah, they don't talk about that.
Okay.
So Alina is kind of sad about her lost power, but it kind of resets her. Like she's no longer like slightly evil, so that's good. She's kind of sad about her lost power, but it resets her and Mal's power balance. So remember before she was like super powerful and Mal was kind of a schmuck? Well, now they're both schmucks now. So they can be together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. They can be together
Yeah,
now.
so I was like reading my notes poorly.
Aw.
So Mal's tracking power is also gone. Kat, as you said, that part of him died, which is, I guess, why he's allowed to live.
Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Boo!
Wait, so it was supernatural?
Yeah, his tracking was supernatural. He can't track anymore. Or
Huh?
at the very least, he can't track as well anymore. Like,
So he was a Grisha the entire time.
he's a tracking Grisha, first of his kind, just like Alina.
I'm upset.
Well, yeah, I mean, they describe it as, like, he just had, like, the sense of where the animals are, and now he, like, that part of him is gone.
Maybe he had a sense for it because he was one of them.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that doesn't make sense still, because there was a beetle that he was able to track.
No, because, well, I mean, it's kind of like, because he's descended from the second daughter who did survive, and who was descended from the dad who was, like, dabbling in all this dark magic. And remember, we think that the shadow magic is a result of that dabbling in the dark magic. So that's why, like, kind of weird magic effects were being passed down along that line.
I still don't like that explanation.
Well, that's what we get. So anyway, Alina and Mal, they heal up a bit. Remember, Mal still was kind of stabbed in the chest.
Just a little bit.
Just a little.
He
fine.
survived.
He
so clearly
didn't even
it's
need
not
heart
that bad.
surgery.
Yeah.
He didn't even need what?
Heart surgery.
Avoided all essential organs.
He was fine.
I guess.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that he guided her hand into his heart.
Yeah, he helped her stab himself because she wasn't going to do it on her own. Yeah, so anyway, Alina visits Nikolai just to go say hi. In secret, she visits him because remember, she's pretending to be dead. And he still has a bit of darkness in him from being a monster. Like, his, like, veins are, like, a little darker than they used to be. And, but, he's back to being normal Prince Nikolai, so that's good. And he says he would still marry her. Even though she doesn't have the powers anymore. He's like, I don't care, you could still be my queen. He has a little crush. But, she's like, nah, I got my Mal boy. But he does have her keep the ring. He's like, well, do whatever you want with it. You'll always be a friend of mine or whatever.
All right.
So, but she does help figure out what's going to happen with the Grisha, because they need some leadership now, because for, like, generations they were just ruled over by the Darkling, and then they were, like, kind of ruled over by Alina, and now they don't have either of those two. So, what are we going to do? So we decide that they're going to be led by their own. Oh, what a thought. One of each order. So there's 3 orders. So we're going to have Jenya from the healer / the heartrender people. Jenya's powers are kind of interesting. Actually, this is something that's kind of explored in this book that I want to talk about real quick. Is that we have, like, the 3 orders of the people. Like, the healer people / the heartrender people, which can, like, use healing, but, like, offensively. The summoners, which is like the earthbenders, the firebenders, the windbenders, and the metal engineer people. And we have these 3 orders, but it is kind of described that, like, people who are super powerful can, like, dab into multiple of those power sets. And generally people will only specialize in one of them. Like, you're a windbender, right? You're an airbender. And you generally can't do the others. But apparently if you're really powerful, you could, like, airbend and, I don't know, heal or whatever. And Jenya had, like, kind of a weird power set. Her talents are kind of, like, in between the healing type and the engineering type. And that's kind of, like, where the Taylor powers come from. So that's kind of why, like, because, like, the 3 orders are the 3 orders, but her power set doesn't really, like, lie into any of the 3 orders, which is why Taylors, I guess, aren't respected, even though it's, like, one of the cooler powers that you can just, like, disguise people. Yeah. Anyway. So Jenya is going to be representing the healer class. David is going to represent the engineer class. And then there's another girl that I never talked about very much. She's going to represent the summoner class. So anyway, they're going to be ruled by a little trio of their own. So that's neat.
Democracy!
Yeah.
Or a republic, I
Yep.
guess.
So then we have a funeral pyre for Alina. There was like some other dead girl that they make up magic to look like her. So we're pretending to burn Alina.
Okay.
And we are also actually burning the Darkling in the same pyre. And Alina was like, "Yeah, we should share. I don't want the Darkling to be alone in death. Poor guy." Yeah. Meanwhile,
Way too much sympathy.
yeah. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, "Why does the Darkling have to share the pyre with our literal saint?" But yeah. Yeah. So that's the end. But we have a little epilogue, real quick.
Nice.
So Alina and Mal, they get married and they open up an orphanage. Because remember, they were both orphans. So they open up their own orphanage, and with the ring money. And they're also still friends of Nikolai and the Grisha, and they visit occasionally, right? They're still friends of them. But yeah,
Oh,
they
that's
have an
cute.
orphanage. So they get their happy ending, even though they don't deserve it.
Yeah. do they end up having a kid of their own though?
It is not mentioned.
Mm.
Oh,
So no, there wasn't a pregnancy plotline.
okay.
Yep. So yep. The book was ruined because Mal got to live. I would have
Yep.
preferred if he stayed dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was like ranking this book on like the 5 stars,
Mhm.
I was joking like it lost a full star because Mal got to live.
Yeah, low key.
Because they faked out his death.
A 1.5 for me would have been lost for Mole.
Yeah.
Being,
Like if you're
Just-
gonna kill a character, they gotta stay dead.
Especially if it's so essential
also, they named
to the
him Mole and
plot.
didn't make him evil at all.
Yeah, minus
What's up
another
with that?
star for that.
Yeah, I was really disappointed when they killed Mal and he came back to life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Bummer Town.
This is Bummer Town.
Bummer Town that Mal gets to live. Sorry, that's kind of funny.
It's a little messed up.
So many
Yeah,
instances
sorry, Tom.
of just
No, it's funny.
bummer after bummer.
I know, though. I did like how many unhinged quotes the Darkling had this book. Like I literally wrote down 2 of them for you guys because they were so unhinged.
Like 3 edgy, 5 me.
Yeah.
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 He finally decided to take off the mask.
I think he didn't have the mask on the whole time. It was Alina who was like deluding herself.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Oh, you are unhinged." Yeah, sorry I had that whole side plot in book 2 when I was like not knowing what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was
so
like, she was blinded by how hot he was.
yeah, so
Many such
ultimately
cases.
Alina didn't become evil, which would have been cooler, I think. But that's not quite as YA friendly.
Yeah, but
as
at least
opposed
like
to have
she
your...
would have like dabbled in it. So many missed opportunities in this book.
Well, she did dabble a teensy tiny bit, right? She did have a little bit of shadow magic, so that was kind
I
of
guess
cool.
she
She
killed
could
that
like,
person too.
yeah, oh yeah, the priest just like gets to live. He's like Nikolai was talking about how the priest is gonna be like he's gonna hire him back again because he's really powerful and he like needs his support.
Even though he's
Yeah,
betrayed
even though
like
the
the
priest
past
is
4.
Literally the worst,
Yeah.
yeah. The priest is a terrible character.
Like even his followers don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Mal's death and resurrection was a really disappointing end to this series, but I do like where they ended up. Them opening an orphanage was really cute. I think they didn't deserve it though.
They did not. They did not deserve it.
So, yeah, yikes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Kat, I hope you enjoyed this series with us.
This was incredible. I had such a good time. I'm gonna be sad.
Are you gonna come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, great. We'll have you back eventually.
All right. We'll have to pick a better book series.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like not a great streak at picking book series for this.
Well, honestly,
Like we had.
I love a hate watch. You know, I love a hate listen. I
Yeah.
love a hate read. It's all
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, there's always more to say.
Mhm.
It's hard to find a really good YA book.
Mhm.
Yeah, they often have issues.
Yeah.
Like Tom and I are going to have Babel as our next episode, which is a really good book, but slightly less YA.
Yeah.
That's like a 2-hour recording, but it was so good. It was a really good book.
Is
It
this
was
the
a good
R.F.
book.
Kwong one?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to read this.
Really good.
Okay, nice.
Oh, you can just listen to the episode.
No, I want to actually read this one. That sounds actually...
Okay,
Kat.
read it. Yeah, it's really good.
Kat, I'm gonna level with you.
Mhm.
even after doing the whole recording, I still kind of want to read the book
Oh.
myself.
Yeah, because it's really good, and like there's just a lot that I can't get into.
You know what would be
so.
cute? We could have
Yeah.
like an actual book club episode every once in a while where we all actually read the book and get to talk about it, you know?
That could be cute.
Only for the real good ones.
Okay. We'll have to pick a book for that.
Yeah.
I'll think about that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
I was so happy to tell you about the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which it turns out is Raylo adjacent.
Yeah.
Parallel. Not
Well,
even,
thank
yeah.
you for telling us all about it.
This is fabulous. You're a great storyteller.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.